afraid to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truth to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
Guys, welcome back again. One day before Thanksgiving. And guess what? We're here again. We never miss an episode, and if we do, it's because
What episode is it?
140.
Vince.
Sorry, Leo, I had to take that
Oh, yeah,
one.
really, man. That's okay.
We got John with us
Listen,
tonight.
if it's not a difficult, what is it? A technical difficulty. It's
level.
It just wouldn't be normal.
a manual difficulty.
Yeah, I thought I had to step in there. You know, you had your head set off. Thought
No,
something
it's because I was
wrong.
checking my wire because it wasn't working.
Yeah, I mean, it's, God forbid, don't unplug anything and plug it back in.
I don't hear it.
It's working right now.
Like
I'll get an echo.
We've got John on tonight from
Hey, Mike.
TGI Now podcast.
Tap it.
What's up, guys?
Welcome on, John.
Oh, appreciate it, boys. Looking good.
Is that better for you, Leo?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. So episode 140. It is November 26th, Thanksgiving Eve. Not a great moment in our areas.
Local news.
Local news. We'll get right into it. We've got other things to talk about, but we can't. And we'll do more on this, I feel like. But locally here to where we are is Indian River County, Florida. In Vero Beach, I believe it was, or Indian River Shores, one of our deputies was shot and killed over the weekend. Actually, I think the incident happened Friday. Deputies were serving an eviction with a locksmith, and it's weird the way the law is, but whatever. And the person they were evicting opened fire and shot one deputy in the shoulder, shot and killed another deputy, and then shot the locksmith in the face, who later died from his injuries on Sunday.
Yeah, a few days later he died.
Yeah. So it was bizarre because, and we can get into whatever about that, but we went from, Vince, you wanted to make sure we mentioned Donald Keaton. Donald Keaton was the 86-year-old who went missing on Tuesday, I think it was, or Sunday. Was gone from home for 80 hours in the woods.
In the woods.
Yeah.
They found him pretty much covered up with like palm fronds and
He covered himself up, seriously dehydrated, obviously.
It's amazing that an 86-year-old was able to survive that. I mean, it's not like freezing cold, but it was getting down to like upper 40s, low 50s all those nights, and that's pretty cold for somebody 86 years old to be out.
Well, it's cold for
several
you
nights.
too.
Oh, for it
Just
no food, no water.
The 60s could give you hypothermia.
Yeah,
if you're not protecting yourself.
crazy to believe that you actually survived, and usually those kinds of stories don't end well. So that was kind of a nice. It was a surprise for me. I didn't think they were going to find him alive.
Yeah. Hey, DT's in the house. DT's local to us here in Fellsmere, Florida.
Hey, DT, one of these days I'm going to bump into you again at Giuseppe's, man. I got to get that Giuseppe's manager. I'll holler, see if he's sponsoring us or come on board and
Yeah.
have a little chit-chat, you know.
Oh, get a little.
Yeah, DT's always in the chat. We appreciate you. And especially because this is very local to us, and it's national news. Here we are again. Our little old county is back in the news again. For one reason or another. This time again, nothing good.
That's the first cop to die in Vero Beach. I don't know if it's officially Indian River County, but to die in the line of duty in Vero Beach since the 70s.
Yeah, only the second one since their 100-year history.
Yeah. The last one, the cop that just got shot and killed, I don't believe was even born when the last one
Interesting.
got killed, which was at a 7-Eleven back in the 70s.
She was pretty young. She was 47.
Yeah. Wow.
I'd say that's pretty young still because I'm 46 now. But
I didn't know her, but I know I met her just I've met her at work a couple times, but I didn't really know her. But the locksmith, our family has used him for years, David Long. Real nice guy. One of those types of people that just had one of those personalities that people would gravitate to. So that was really, like, I heard that there was a locksmith. They didn't release the name of the locksmith. I want to say it was at least a day, if not a day and a half later. And when we found out the name, it was hard to hear.
Sad, to me it's sad because it's just like the mother, like where's she at, and like where has she been? Like everybody's talking about everything else, but like where is she at? How is she feeling? How is she soaking all this up? Because it took one phone call from her. That was it, and then it was a chain reaction.
Well, they were there 7 times that month for the mother calling on her son. This is Deputy. How do you say that? You see that right there?
Can't see it.
Arizpe.
Yeah.
I know. We've seen all these people because it's a small town. We've been interacted with all these deputies.
He's the one that got shot and was released a few days later.
He got shot in the shoulder, and then this is Deputy Mashkow. Sorry for the photo being blurry.
It's actually Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Yes.
Well, she's still deputy, but yeah, Sergeant Terri Sweeting Mashkow, and this is the 47-year-old woman who was with the department 25 years, lost her life. She's got a daughter like in her teens. It's horrible. And then this is David Long, the locksmith, who, tragically lost his life. It was pretty horrific.
He's a well-known person in this area because, he's been a locksmith here since the 70s in this town he used to work for Benson, which was the main locksmith here in town for many years, and then he separated later and started his own locksmith services. And just a lot of people have met this guy in this local area over the years.
Yeah, it's very tragic. There was hope he was going to make it, and then there was the word got out that the family was considering stopping support, and it must have been very tragic, man. It must have been really bad.
Yeah.
This guy, I if I could remember his name, I don't even think I should say it, but he deceased also while in the hospital. There was kind of hope he'd make it too, only because you want him to live out a little suffrage more. But yeah, well, I have a news report. Let's play the news report.
Mashkow and 2 other deputies were serving an eviction notice near Vero Beach Friday morning when someone inside the home grabbed a gun and started shooting. Deputy Mashkow was hit and died in the line of duty. The Indian River Sheriff's Office says that the shooter is 37-year-old Michael Halberstam.
Having to call her mom today, having to let her husband know, absolutely the worst part of being a law enforcement leader. I can tell you that our team will feel this forever.
Oh, I couldn't. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Say what you want about this guy. I have a lot of things to say about him, but I don't know how he would handle that.
Yeah.
Like even one of you guys, I would have a hard time calling your wife or somebody and telling them something happened. Man. I don't know if I could handle it.
Yeah. Terri was an amazing deputy.
A second deputy was shot in the shoulder and is recovering. A locksmith who was there with deputies and the suspected shooter are both in critical condition. People who live in the area heard the massive response.
We didn't hear the actual shot, but we heard all the sirens afterwards. It's terrible. We love our police officers, I think throughout Florida, especially here in Vero Beach, but to have somebody like that who's put in 25 years, it's very unfortunate, but a tragedy.
During the procession, fellow deputies saluted as Deputy Mashkow's body was taken to the medical examiner's office.
It's not fair. It's not right. She was just doing her job, and this tragically happened, and it's not fair. I'll never understand why.
The sheriff says this is the second line of duty death in this sheriff's office 100-year history. Reporting in Vero Beach, Stephanie Buffmonti, Fox 35 News.
Thanks, Steph. And we are learning more about the suspected shooter, Michael Halberstam. Deputies had to be called out to the home 7 times this month alone. Most of the calls are from his mom about her son. The sheriff said Halberstam had recently been fired from his job at UPS. She said that he had written strange and terrible things on his Facebook page about the sheriff's office and his former workplace. He has a drug charge from 2006 and a 2015 misdemeanor assault charge. Both of those were out of Virginia.
You can see the Mourning band on the side of Deputy Terri Sweeting Mashkow squad car and all of the flowers laid in front of it and also on top of it right here. Many people coming to pay their respects to the fallen deputy. She was with the department for 25 years. The sheriff said she was just an amazing deputy and she will be missed. Mashkow and 2 other deputies were serving an eviction notice near Vero Beach Friday morning when someone inside the home grabbed a gun and started shooting. Deputy Mashkow was hit and died in the line of duty. The Indian River Sheriff's Office says that the shooter is 37-year-old Michael Halberstam.
Having to call her mom today.
The guy was definitely deranged. We went into his social media. I don't know if it's still up or not, but it seemed to me that he was concerned that the Teamsters were out to get him. I don't know how you can get rid of that comment right there. These bots out on these other platforms come all up in there. But yeah, pretty fucked up. And the mom's had him out there 7 times already. I don't know the story. I do know the mom is local. In this small town, you're usually only disconnected from somebody else by maybe 1 degree. There's a movie like 6 Degrees or something like that. Like everybody knows somebody.
Right. But also, if you think about it, though, like, I understand. He did he really sleep? What is it? Sleep underneath the rug? Or I mean, if they knew about it already 7 times, but they know about other people doing something for 1 time, and they're on it.
They're all over it. Yeah,
it like makes you wonder. Like it's just like it's so sad that these things have to happen, so that people are exposed, and it's like, well, what happened? I don't want to be a conspiracy theory person or whatever, but I fucking loved seeing this shit. I just love asking questions. Well, how about this? And how about that? And well, did anybody look at this? Did anybody look at that? Like, I'm just asking questions that someone must have missed. Like, come on, 7 times? You've been called to this household 7 times?
In 1 month.
In 1 month?
1 month. It's not like
this happened. What was the date that it happened? On the 21st?
Yeah. It's not like it's been over a year of time spread out. It's in 1 month.
So it's like within like 2-3 times within 2 weeks.
I blame them. I blame the mother a lot, to be honest with you. I look at it from a fact that she's supposed to be trying to take care of her household. She calls the cops 7 times and doesn't get nothing done, and then she decides to just be like, "All right, well, I'll just evict him," and then have a locksmith show up and do all this whole procedural thing. When she needed to warn the authorities, like, this kid's there's a problem here. Like if you're your own mother and you're trying to evict your kid, is 37 years old, out of your house, there's a problem. There's a mental illness problem that needs to be rectified, to be looked at, and if they don't look at that, then how would you not see there's a problem? If somebody was called to my house 7 times in a month, and for trying to get my kid out of the house or whatever I was doing, there'd be a major red flag. Like, there's
for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, and also too, you got to understand, they're going across the bridge where there's over by Orchid Island. There's big money over there too. So
it's not necessarily where you think you're going to get shot.
Not necessarily where you think you're going to get shot. I mean,
like a lot of people that have money on the beach and that have kids that are sitting at home playing video games at 40 years old. A lot of them are on medication. Yeah. So I come right back to the prescription medication. So if the mother knows the kid's on medication and he's unstable and he might be a little psychotic, you think you would warn them, like, I don't know what my kid has in his room. I don't know if he has a gun. I can't get him out of my house. You guys should be careful when we're doing this, to be safe, to be like, look, I don't know what he's capable of. That's what I'd be saying. I mean, I'm not even a cop. You know, I don't
A
even
lot of
think
people keep saying too that the locksmith shouldn't have been up at the door until
well,
he was
no.
cleared from the house, and I could agree 100% with that. But at the same time, this cop's been a cop for 25 plus years. He's been a locksmith in this area doing this all his life.
Yep.
Probably done it 1,000 times, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
Just
She started
wasn't
out.
expecting. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like you said, it was a nice area. You just
Yeah,
he's probably done it 1,000 times. Walked up to the door and
exactly. But those 1,000 times, there wasn't 7 calls in 1 month try to
yeah,
get
Right.
yeah.
a kid out of it.
Right. See that?
So something
That's
else,
the point.
something else should
That
have
right
happened
there is the
before
point.
that.
Like, come on, you're not gonna investigate it after the 5th or 4th time that I've been called to this household
Yep.
within less than 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're not gonna go on their social media.
Yeah.
The mother's not gonna tell you. Well, what they do? They just show up and be like, "Oh, we're here. Hi."
You know why?
Bye.
Because
Let me see the reports. Like there's got to be a report where they showed up.
because the
and they had a
mother's not
discussion
taking
about something.
responsibility. She's not taking responsibility for what she needs to do. She's brushing it off and letting them handle it, letting the authorities handle it, not taking it in her own recognizance and taking care of it. I mean, that part I have a problem with. To be honest with you, I really do. But again, we don't know the circumstances. We don't know what side of the situation. We don't know what goes inside people's households. We have no idea. But she knows what goes on in that household.
Oh yeah.
She knows what's came out of his mouth. She knows what he's capable of, and so that should have been a warning.
Yeah, she should have let the authority know. Hey, this is what's going on with my son.
He's not right in the head right
You
now.
know.
Well, we don't know. She might have.
Yeah.
Well, where's she at?
Well,
Where's she at?
that's just it. We're gonna. I don't know if we're gonna see
Call her.
body cam footage. Are we gonna get? What are we gonna see? What do you want to see? Though?
Yeah, I mean, if you were her, Leo, you're not going to come out and want to talk about it.
No, well,
No,
You're
I'm not
gonna-
gonna want to talk about
yeah,
it, but
you're
I mean,
gonna
I would at least want to show my face and be like, listen, man, like,
No, I wouldn't want to show my face if I was her. I'd be trying to
what
hide
are you gonna
from
do? I mean, what do you got? I mean, if you hide, you're hiding something.
Yeah, but
Just don't hide. I mean, put your face out there and be like, yeah, that was my son. I'm so sorry,
Yeah,
but
then
I've called you guys and you guys didn't do
You-
what you guys were supposed to do
you
or
put a
whatever.
face
you
with
know
it,
what I mean?
then now
I don't know, man. It's
she's
still
got
her
to worry
son.
about people coming after her.
It's her son too, so
Yeah.
she's going to defend her son until who knows when.
yes, exactly.
So who knows, man? It's not happening to me. It's not going around me. But I mean, I just feel sad, that these things have to happen so that there's light to wherever light needs to be shined at.
Exactly. That's
And
exactly
I'm
it.
sorry that this light had to shine on this poor officer that went into that day, and those doors just opened up.
I think David was.
They literally opened up for her. Literally, she opened that door, and they said,
He's in his early 70s.
"That's is it." Like it's sad.
these people right here,
Sad.
you gotta love when the community comes together and they, not everybody's got money. And you see these small donations. These are people that barely probably make it paycheck to paycheck.
Well,
And these are the people that are donating to David Long's fund.
Where are they at? I think the goal was like $7,000. And,
It started out very small,
yeah.
and then it just,
Oh yeah,
they're at 20,
22
almost
almost.
22,000.
That's
And
awesome.
people still feel the need to give because it's gonna hurt that family, not just past the funeral, but
But see, you know what?
well, I think
I don't know. Like my dad died when he was 38 years old, so that's my age right now. Like there was no GoFundMe or anything like that, or any stuff like that. And at the end of the day, like those $21,000, like what is it going to bring back?
nothing.
He'll
But
pay his medical bills
it's gonna pay for the well.
and the
I think
funeral.
Lowther is going to do the services for nothing, but there's still a cost for the services, and
Still got to pay the hospital. too.
it's probably going to help though his wife pay bills for a little while because
Yeah.
he worked still.
Just
And he had
sad,
a
man.
big
It's just
family
sad.
too. He had a pretty big family.
Yeah.
This GoFundMe was set up by his niece. I have confidence in it because friend of the show and company Jennifer Pippin from Moms for Liberty helped set it up with them. Helped them get it going and all that. From there, like you said, look at it. It's almost at 22,000.
Yeah.
People are generous. And it's good to see that all come together. There was another guy who did a lot of good stuff around this place.
Marsh.
No, Marsh. Get the fuck. Did you hear him? Did you hear him?
Turn his mic off. Turn his mic off.
I seen him at the facility where I work at today, snapping pictures with somebody, and I was just like, I told somebody, I was like, hey, I guarantee you see that guy right there? He was like, yeah. He's like, the guy is taking pictures. I'm like, yeah, the guy is taking pictures. I was like, I can tell you. I was like, there's gonna be a post about that picture that you and I are looking at right now. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, I guarantee you. Like within 24 hours, I said, guarantee you, there's going to be a post about that picture. So I'm waiting for that post to come out so I can show the person that I was talking to.
This was pretty amazing. Did you see all this?
Yeah.
If I had lived closer, I would have brought the kids to see something like this. You know, this was all down. The procession for this woman went from Indian River Shores, which if you're from this area, you know where it's at. But if you're not, it's like over on beachside. We have a beachside, and then we have mainland over here. And this all happened on beachside. And this was the procession that probably went for like, I don't know, man. It had to be 60 miles, 50 miles to the Fort Pierce Medical Examiner's office. They went all the way down 510, 512, down 95 into Fort Pierce. But it was amazing. And then from there back to Vero Beach, it was just very touching to see the community come together for Donald Keating, who, you know, if the people didn't keep searching for that old man in the woods, the sheriff's department probably wouldn't have been looking still.
Yeah.
And when this would have happened, forget it.
Yeah.
Thank God they found that old man when they did, because,
Yeah.
you know, this derailed, I feel, the whole county, you know. This is a video that Joe Semko, I think is how you say his name.
It's already on replay.
Yeah, it's one of his reels.
Hey.
Yeah, he did a lot of drone work. He organized this blue light thing over the bridge, which was pretty cool. I'm sure everybody around here follows him. But yeah. Anyways, we're at 23 minutes. We're going to talk more about this in another show, I'm sure. It's not going to go away anytime soon. There's still a whole lot more to learn about what happened that day. Unless it's out there, I haven't seen it yet. And, you know, it's not like our sheriff's department doesn't give us enough material to talk about already. There's still the looming question over our elected sheriff's integrity, where his former best friend and stuff like that is out there raising the alarms. Somebody, you know, John, and I heard you guys talking about that show last night. It's pretty interesting, so I look forward to hearing more of that. But I'm going to do a Warrior Shield ad, and we'll be right back because there's more stuff we can talk about for sure. We'll be right back.
There's a kind of strength you can't buy or borrow. It's born in the fire, tempered by sacrifice, and carried by those who never stopped serving. Some heroes wear uniforms. Others wear scars. They're veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. Men and women who gave everything and still keep giving. At the Warrior Shield Foundation, we stand beside them, shoulder to shoulder, providing the support, the care, and the community they deserve. We're a proud non-profit, a 501c3, built to protect those who protect us. We don't just serve our own. We help other non-profits reach their missions too, because together, we make the Shield stronger. Donate and help our cause, help their cause, because every act of kindness builds hope where the battle still rages inside. Join the mission. Donate today. Visit warriorshield.org. Because heroes deserve a foundation, as strong as their sacrifice.
That's Warrior Shield Foundation. I went to their event in Orlando this past September. It was a blast. I got ideas for their next event. Dale and Jim from Two Guys on One Coup, they're probably already tucked away in bed already because it's already 8:30. But they turned us on to it. It was a great event. Hopefully, I can bring more people with me next year. It's like the week after 9/11, I think. But it is going to be in Orlando again, which is a bonus. And I want to do the whole weekend, the gala and stuff like that. They got some pretty cool people there, and we kind of want to raise some money. And I don't know, we'll figure something out. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Try to get some other people down there to do some streaming too from there, and do like maybe raise money like a telethon. What was that telethon back in the 90s?
Jerry Lewis telethon.
Yeah, I don't know if Leo had ever seen that one.
I know what a telethon.
The Jerry Lewis one. It was pretty. It would go like for 2 or 3 days, right?
Oh yeah.
It was a holiday
Anyway,
weekend.
Mike, tell me about the sheriff tell me about your sheriff, man. What's going on?
The sheriff.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not going into that.
Or didn't you tell me? About your sheriff? What did you tell me?
No, there's plenty to talk about with our sheriff and his embattlement, and that's for another show for damn sure.
Oh.
Yeah, you can dissect some of the stuff. Like, hey, okay, you want to talk about it?
No. I didn't know what you were going to talk about.
Years and years ago, our sheriff had an affair. Everybody half the people hate him now because he went on integrity and didn't hold himself accountable. But at the same time, you're the sheriff. Meanwhile, after he got reelected, one of his best friends was a little butthurt. I wouldn't blame him. Sorry if you're listening, just to shorten this up a little bit. And kind of exposed him. And it's a lot of stuff people kind of already suspected. And this is somebody who was really close to him and feels the need to expose their true character that, everybody thought they knew.
You think he would have exposed him if the ways he wanted, or whatever he wanted?
You want to get into this, dude?
No, I don't know. I'm just asking.
It is Thanksgiving Eve. We don't have to work.
Then I tell you, I just like asking. Then I tell you, I just like asking questions.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well. You can get this from our website. Go to IndianRiverConnections.com. If you can't get it, let me know. I'll fix it or something. I don't know.
Right.
So yeah, he had this affair, and he's with the woman he had the affair with. He's now divorced from his wife, and it's not new news around here. Mm-hmm. Is it DT? I know you're out in Fellsmere. Are you aware of that? And everything about this guy, you want to like him, but then the more you hear about him from people that actually know him, it's like that's not the guy you thought he was. And sadly.
But see,
there's not much you can do about that.
But you see how the world, the energy for this world is just so amazing. Like, all of a sudden, this stuff was being exposed, and then all of a sudden, these events started happening. So it's kind of like just lingering, but it's there, but it's there, but it's not there.
Well, here's the thing: he won re-election.
Right.
He won re-election after all this was exposed. Not what his former best friend is exposing, but after the affair was already exposed, he won re-election. So it's not like it was a secret.
Right.
And he beat the runner-up by John. I put it in your stream last night. It wasn't much. He beat Touchberry by not very much.
I tried to tell Eddie that. I was like, it was a landslide. It wasn't a landslide.
No.
Not even close.
No, in the general election, he beat the ride-in lunatic by a whole lot.
Yeah.
But
that was
he beat Touchberry by a whole lot. He beat Milo Thornton by a whole lot more than Touchberry. who this guy ended up supporting,
Mm.
and that's when he said he was retaliated against by his best friend, demoted and transferred and whatnot. And this is after having to babysit him and keep him from violating his wife's restraining orders and stalking, the same thing that they arrested Deputy Airman for last week. Stalking using company vehicle and devices.
Mm.
This guy is claiming our elected sheriff did the same thing while having an affair with his wife, with a company vehicle, with taxpayer money, on trips to Jacksonville to
And
meet
all
this
he's
woman.
saying is he's just exposing him and saying that he's not making himself accountable for the same thing that he did.
Well, he I mean, he plays the role of the repenter at this point.
What if
But really, would he be repenting if
so
he?
what if he did expose himself and say, hey, yeah, I did that, my bad, I'm sorry.
Well, he's pretty much said that. We're talking about Michael Dilks,
Right.
former Indian River County Deputy Michael Dilks. He does a podcast called Copville. I don't care why I watch it. I watch it every now and then, but it's a small town.
Right.
The same guy was there when John was at Megan Walsh, daughter of John Walsh, America's Most Wanted. John was there when the sheriff's department came and confiscated her daughter, 5-day-old daughter.
Yep.
And this cop just happened to be the one. This deputy just happened to be the one to file the report that ended up getting John arrested for what?
Well,
For nothing, for something they knew that wasn't going to hold up in court, but it was to intimidate John. So was this guy just following orders, or was this part of his intent in writing John into that police report?
So was that
Maybe he'll tell us now.
I wonder if that was like dirty work.
well,
Like you want to
Who knows? It might
everybody
be
has a
very
story,
less
whatever.
more than what it could be a whole lot less than what we put in.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm saying. We don't know unless somebody tells us.
well, you got to keep in mind that these sheriffs, these deputies, and all these anybody in law enforcement, they're just soldiers for the elite. So they're foot soldiers. You got to remember that. First it's protect and serve, but a lot of times it's more protect and serve the ones that are hiding the information or hiding the different deeds that are done in the dark, like you said, Leo. So that's where you have to come clean at some point. You see the deeds being done in the dark, but you don't do anything about it in the moment. So then you're still responsible because you're there. You're watching an infant being taken off its mother's breast. You're carrying out the orders of the judge that wrote the order that wasn't even really good. It was a fraudulent order. It was all just made up allegations so that they could confiscate a child. And they carried it out for those people, those elite, those people that signed the paperwork, but then they're not the ones that are held accountable because they're not the ones knocking on the door to take the baby, or they're not the ones knocking on the door to evict some fucking lunatic. They're not there. They just signed the orders. So they're the ones that you have to go back to. You have to follow the money. You have to follow the tracks. You got to follow, because remember, these judges are also elected officials as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we elect these people to carry out these deeds in the dark. So now, like you said, it's coming to the light. So if the kid wants to bring the information to the light, then let him do it. But again, he should have spoke up in the time when it was happening. That's why when they were taking the child from Megan, I kept questioning and saying, don't you guys realize what you're doing? Like, you're taking a 5-day-old baby off the mother's bosom and taking it away from its mom. That's like taking a calf away from its mother when it's born out in the pasture. It's the same thing. It's not, you can't do that. Like, you can't separate a mother from its child right away like that.
Yeah,
that's massive trauma. So they created massive trauma by creating low frequency energy to traumatize everybody involved. I mean, I still have post-traumatic.
They try to reel you into their system.
Exactly.
They try to create a system into that child at such an early age.
Yeah, and then medicate the child, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just like this kid that shot the deputy. You don't know what the background of this kid is, whether he's been in a psych ward, if he's on medication, if he's adopted. You have to get down to the stories of where the roots of it all come from, because the kid apparently has a lot of trauma. Obviously, there's something not right there with the kid, and the mother knew it. She just didn't let people know, like, it's a dangerous situation.
For sure, and just it's just sad that these things have to happen, and all these friendships or whatever, always have to there always has to be a breakup.
Yep.
I mean, look at Trump and with Musk, there was a breakup.
Exactly.
There's always a breakup. Like when is
Drama.
there going to be that meetup? Like there's always got to be a meetup back again. It's just sad.
Yeah.
But not sad, but it's just like it has to happen because all this stuff has to come to light. Everything has to come to light. Everybody has a light over them. It's just dim, and at some point it's just gonna shine. And it's like, okay, it's your time. Go ahead,
That's
say
it.
what you got to say, speak what you got to say, but just be ready to be judged because, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna judge. It is what it is.
Definitely be ready to be judged because
For sure.
if you're in the
Oh, yeah.
moment, you're going to be judged one way or another.
Yeah, if you put yourself out there, like even
something
even
good, sometimes it's something bad.
even like what we're doing here with our shows and your IRC media and all. I mean, we're putting it out there. We're willing to speak it out. We're willing to talk about it. And so other people are willing to do it too. It creates a synergy. It creates exposure. It creates information. Because I mean, a lot of people made comments on our show last night about some of the things that they know about the corruption that they've seen and happened in their own families and different things of that nature through the law enforcement. So I mean, you get comments and people will start to speak their truth too, even though they might not say it on a podcast.
It's kind of like the conspiracy club. It's amazing how many different people want to come out and speak on a topic. They want to come out and put their 2 cents in on something. It's a lot of people just want to be able to express how they feel about certain things.
Absolutely.
But they're scared to put a face to it. So if you're scared to put a face to it, just send us a text message. Send us a message. Don't forget to give us a like, give us a share. And that's how we spread the word, your word, not my word, because you guys hear me every week here at To The Point on Wednesdays at 8:00. So, if you guys want to listen to more, make sure you guys give us a like, give us a follow. Make sure you check our website at IndianRiverConnections.com. And then from there is just a spider web of connection.
IndianRiverConnections.com. Yeah, hit the like wherever the hell you are and drop a comment.
For sure, man. That's what we're here for, man. We're all humans. We're all here. At one point, we're all going to be 6 feet under. So might as well have fun while we're here at it.
Especially if you're local. If you're not local, for sure, why wouldn't you drop a comment?
And give each other hell, because I mean, what else? If I'm going to see you, it's fun. I enjoy giving people hell. It is what it is.
We tried to really build up the Rumble. Rumble's pretty freaking disappointing lately. It seems to be real sluggish. We're not in the creator program. Maybe that's why. But to maintain the creator program criteria, it's tough. We're not there yet. But if you are watching somewhere else, do us a favor. Follow us on Rumble. It's at To The Point Podcast, or at To The Point is this specific channel, but there's multiple channels. If you follow at To The Point Podcast, all one word, you'll see all of our content that goes on that channel or that account will come through that. It might be annoying, who knows, but we do everything over there. So we do have a good following on X. Hopefully, most people on X would hopefully have a Rumble. Just make sure you follow us, even if you don't use it, man. But YouTube has been coming along pretty good, especially for you too, right, John?
What's that?
YouTube for your channels has been pretty good, right?
Yeah, we haven't been, and the algorithms on YouTube have been nothing.
Hopping, haven't they?
They don't censor any of our stuff anymore like they used to. We used to get strikes all the time. But yeah, we don't get any strikes at all, and we talk about anything and everything. So I mean,
we did.
Yeah.
I
know. I can't believe that.
Somebody got talking about medical. We had there was an interview, and the guest got nothing crazy. Yeah. She could have gotten crazy too. Definitely that one guest, but it wasn't even over the most craziest shit she said that night on that show.
I've noticed that we were getting a lot more views on YouTube too. So I mean, we've had a couple videos that we've gotten quite a bit of views. So it's definitely changed a little bit. So
they'll probably throttle us back next to the election season.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we're coming up on it. I kind of feel that. That's why it's like, even I feel like we are a little bit on Rumble too, because with the creator program taking off, a lot of more creators are in there, and they're getting priority bandwidth and priority placements and stuff like that. So, I get it. But Rumble is where everybody should end up, even if they use YouTube. I watch a lot of the stuff on YouTube also. But our own stuff, like John's show and all the other shows, I'm watching on Rumble. And there's other creators too. I want to mention Kim Smith. She does Kim's Coffee Talk in the mornings, Monday through Friday. It's like 6:30 till 8. And then if you have Rumble Premium, she'll do another hour most days. And she's got a pretty good show. It's a different energy. And then, of course, there's Dale and Jim with Two Guys in One Coop. They do a show on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10:30 to 12. And then they do a Thursday show, I believe, at 4.
Oh, they stay busy.
4 in the afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, that takes a lot, And, of course, don't forget about us. Like Leo mentioned, you can find all of our stuff at IndianRiverConnections.com, the board report by IRC Media and whatnot, TGI Now, River Ranch Riders.
Right here.
Vince, you awake?
Yeah.
Oh. Your glasses are like right there. All right. Anyway, so we talked about the tragedy here at home. There was tragedy here. There was tragedy in D.C. today also.
I just seen that a while ago, yeah.
Let's go to this one here.
The need for the National Guard here in D.C. What we know, Andrea, is that this is a targeted shooting. One individual who appeared to target these guardsmen, that individual has been taken into custody. Validate the need for the National Guard here in D.C. What we know, Andrea, is that this is
Please send your prayers to those brave warriors who are in critical condition and their families. They are here serving our country. They are here protecting everyday Americans and citizens around the world in our nation's capital. They are the heroes of this day, and we must remember them on this day and every day, and their families.
I want to like this lawyer so bad.
I will now turn it over to Chief Carroll of the Metropolitan
I want to
Police
like him
Department.
so bad.
Thank you.
I just can't trust.
Please send your prayers.
What else? We got another one here. Let's see. This was we're laughing. This is horrible. We're not laughing about this situation, but this was the scene from the shooting. She passed the fucking camera. And this was the scene from the shooting in Washington, D.C. Literally from an eye shot from the White House. 2 National Guardsmen were shot at point blank.
Have they said why or anything like that, or do they have the shooter?
No, but let's go. They do, and I haven't shared. I might have shared that stuff already. I don't know. I can't.
Is there somebody? Is there somebody with a clear shot of the shooter? That
I got an update. I got an update here. Here, I'll read. I'll read this for you. I got an update right here.
Okay.
Hold on. One of the guys on follow posted, Afghan national born in 1996, armed with a revolver, ambushed a female guardsman, shooting her in the head, and a male guardsman shot multiple times. They never saw it coming. Both guardsmen were armed. A major of the National Guard who was unarmed and doing his spot checks on the guardsman was in the block, heard the shots and turned and see the shooter who spotted him. He took cover behind a truck. Suspect came for the major, who pulled out a pocket knife and bravely took on the suspect, who was reloading his revolver. The major began stabbing the suspect in the head. Another guardsman in the area who was armed then drew his pistol and shot the suspect twice, once in the leg and once in the buttocks. The major stated that when the suspect began shooting, he heard him shout, "Ali Akbar." Now you know too. There's more we're trying to confirm if the suspect, an Afghan national, is interpreted brought over by the Department of Defense records. So they're trying to say that it's some Afghan, that's
right, like an Afghan national. Yeah, I was gonna go. This is where we get all our news from. If you didn't notice, he finally follows us, Nick Sator, and I'll tell you about that story later. But I've been getting a lot of news from him, and that one
he gives us a
Christina
Aguilar,
something like that.
Or something like that.
Yeah, it's funny the way the algorithm pops them across.
Huh.
And this is who I got all the information from right away. But he posts like real-time stuff, so there's so much stuff going in and out. There he is, illegal alien from Afghanistan. overstayed visa granted to him by Joe Biden under Operation Allies Welcome on 9/8/2021. He was born in 96. Last known address was Washington
96.
State. So he went all the way to DC to do
He was
this.
what, 29?
29 years old.
Damn, that's young.
Yeah. These are the pictures
What's
of it.
wrong? What's wrong?
This is
What's
the picture
wrong with these kids nowadays,
You
man?
see
My
that
mom
picture
would have.
there?
My mom would have
See
taken
that
my
picture?
See, yeah, like back
This
back.
is refugees fleeing Afghanistan, and that got injected into other countries like yours.
That's crazy, man. I don't know, man. Like,
That's jam packed in a cargo plane, right? By the way, this is probably the cargo plane
where are they going?
where they were latching onto
Where are they going?
Wherever they can.
wherever they can.
Some of them.
This back there, this.
But are
is
they coming here
probably-
because they're saying they're refugees?
Yeah, which that's another episode we can
Probably
get
on
into.
their way to New York.
Yeah. Yes. Nick says illegal aliens are now assassinating our troops in the streets. This is kinetic war now. It is, and it's funny because I watched a video the other day about Denmark.
I gotta tell you something.
About Denmark, and if you think about Europe, if you ever play the game of Risk, have you ever played Risk, John?
Yeah.
A long time since I played
I've
Risk.
just got the game and I want to play it so bad, but it's like you have to have the right people to play it with.
What is it?
It's
Risk.
called the game of Risk, and it's kind of like global domination on a board
It's like
game.
a war game.
And that's kind of how Europe has been. But Denmark saw a problem with people fleeing to their eastern border, which was with Russia, and they weren't Russians. For a while, they were Russians. It was just a few, and then all of a sudden, it was Syrians and Afghans and Middle Easterners and Africans and
Right.
So Denmark, and it wasn't a very lot either. Denmark just like made it a national emergency kind of and adopted the right wing policies, and they were a moderate ran country and just shut down immigration altogether. Poland's had to do the same thing with its border with Belarus. Same with Finland, with Russia, I believe, and a lot of these other countries have a lot stricter policies than we are enacting right now. Is what I'm getting at. Like our border's still open. They're still letting refugees in, still protected status from certain countries. These countries took a hard line at it, and they're part of the EU and stuff like that. But yeah, if we try to clean up our situation, they want to take America to the Hague and in front of international courts and stuff like that we shouldn't be subject to anyways. This is horrible scenery from Washington. Can you see that over there?
A little bit.
Yeah,
that is pretty bad. The other day I came across this Instagram or TikTok page of this. Hopefully nothing happens to me, and so it is what it is. Of this Taliban or whatever, this Abu Dhabi from overseas, whatever. He has like this turban on top of his head, right? But he's singing Mexican music, and everybody thinks it's so hilarious. They think it's the funniest thing that this guy is like singing Mexican music, like Mexican, like they call them corridos, which is it's like somebody makes a song about you, about like your narcotic life or whatever you've done throughout your whole life, right?
Right.
So they have these it's like two brothers, and I don't know if they really are from overseas or wherever they're from, but they have these turbans on top of their heads, and they're singing all these songs, and everybody loves them. Everybody thinks that it's the funniest thing. Like, oh look, here comes the Taliban brothers, or here comes the thing. But it's just, to me, I'm thinking the different way, because I'm thinking like, how easy is these people are going to influence you into thinking that we need to start following what they do,
Well, how that's like I
Like
kind of
they're,
posed a question to somebody I work with, and they were kind of like, well, whatever, until I explained what it was talking about. But how do you feel about people coming into your society who don't have any intentions on assimilating to the culture.
They still want to live to their own.
And bettering the country. How do you feel about that?
I don't like it.
No, and how can you be forced to accept it? You know, we're
let's go to their country. We can't just go there and do what we do here.
Oh no,
we got to follow their rules
for sure,
their laws, their expectations. I can't go there and just expect to have all the same rights I do here.
Like, look at that. Like, for example, look at that one basketball girl player, whatever, that was vaping when she was overseas or whatever. Yeah. She got caught for vaping, and she was like put in jail because, or whatever it was that she was doing, or whatever happened, the situation that happened, and she got thrown in jail because you couldn't do those things over there, you know? So it's like, there's some places they don't play around, man.
No, but yet, God forbid, America tries to preserve America. Right. Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
I know.
What else did we have? The DC shooting. We went through all that. Oh man, we got to do this.
Here we go again. You're gonna hear the people say, "Oh well, you know, we gotta blame it on guns. If we didn't have guns, you know, we didn't." No, like, it's just, there really is some mental people, sick people out there.
If we didn't have guns, we would have probably lost this country already.
Oh, for sure. It was the smartest thing our forefathers ever did. Give everybody a gun. Let everybody get guns.
We would have lost it here recently if we hadn't lost it before that.
Right?
Yeah. Anyways, let's go to Crockett, man, because she is a crock of shit. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Jasmine Crockett. She is a representative from Texas.
Oh yeah.
I think the Austin area, really blue area. She's a dingbat, but you know how they released Epstein records, right?
Ooh.
Which I think was kind of like a 4D chess thing on Trump. I really do. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say I believe Trump is playing fucking 4D chess with us, and whatever. You know, I'm here for the ride at this point. He kind of forced everybody to force him to do what they didn't want him to do, to make it on them. You know, and he still rolls out a pile of shit smelling like a rose. But here's Jasmine Crockett in all her
6'7".
Oh, Jesus, no 6'7".
Republicans taking money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what you said.
Who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Hey. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio.
You mentioned Lee Zeldin there. He's now a cabinet secretary. He responded and said it was actually Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's a doctor that doesn't have any relation to the convicted sex trafficker. Unfortunate for that doctor, but that is who donated to a prior campaign of his. Do you want to correct the record on the people that...
Listen, I never said that it was that Jeffrey Epstein. Just so that people understand, when you make a donation, your picture is not there. And because they decided to spring this on us in real time, I wanted the Republicans to think about what could potentially happen, because I knew that they didn't even try to go through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled. And that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies. Because it was not the same one, that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he said. I dug in to find out, I wasn't trying to donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Googled, and that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein through the FEC. So my team, what they did is they Googled, and that is specifically why I said a Jeffrey Epstein. Unlike Republicans, I at least don't go out and just tell lies. Because it was not the same one, that's fine. But when Lee Zeldin had something to say, all he had to say was it was a different Jeffrey Epstein. He admitted that he did receive donations from a Jeffrey Epstein, so at least I wasn't trying to mislead people. Now, have I dug in to find out who this doctor is? I have not. So I will trust and take what he says, is that it wasn't that Jeffrey Epstein, but I was not attempting to mislead anybody. I literally had maybe 20 minutes before I had to do that debate.
Yeah, but people might see that and say, well, you're trying to make it sound like he took money from
I did not know.
A registered sex offender.
No, but I literally did not know.
We
You
should have.
search FEC files, and that's what I had my team to do. I texted them and I said, listen, we're going up. They are saying that she took donations.
Right, but someone might say, well, your team should have done the homework to make sure it wasn't the convicted sex trafficker.
Within 20 minutes, you could not find that out, not from just doing a quick search on FEC. So, number one, I made sure that I was clear that it was a Jeffrey Epstein, but I never said that it was specifically that Jeffrey Epstein because I knew that we would need more time to really dig in.
You talked about Republicans taking money from a Jeffrey Epstein. Here's what you said.
Just happen to know. This woman is so crazy. This is the future of America. These are like the leaders of the Democrat Party between her and AOC and Mandami Houdini from New York and, these people who don't really have any vested interest in the culture that we call America. They want to change everything. It's just sick. What do you think? You think you'll see her on a presidential ticket?
Not anytime soon. Just listening to her talk, she ain't ready.
What do you think,
She's
John?
tripping all over her own words.
She's going to go away. She was supposed to go away because they wrote, if Texas was able to rewrite their congressional district, she was going to lose her seat. But I think that's getting held up in court right now.
She's clueless. She ain't going nowhere. Yeah, she's going. If anything, all these traitors, congressmen and senators, are all going they're going bye soon. Hopefully, because they're all corrupt. I don't trust any of them.
Even lying to everybody, she can't make herself sound good.
Exactly.
She sounds stupid.
Exactly.
She does.
Yeah. A good candidate for a Democrat is somebody that can lie, blatant lies, but actually sound like they know what they're talking about, and she doesn't.
Speaking of Democrats, the Seditious Six. Have you heard of the Seditious Six, John?
Oh yeah. That's what's coming. That's how ironic that the Seditious Six run that rhetoric last week, earlier in the week, and then all of a sudden this shooting happens in the middle of the street by Ali Akbar. So it's all coordinated effort. It's all being released. So
between that and the Epstein files and all that.
Exactly, it's all coordinated. Everything's coordinated. So it's just a matter of protecting your mind and controlling your emotions. Don't get emotional about the things that are happening in the world because they're all happening for a reason. Like Leo said, they're all happening for a purpose to shine light on the darkness. Even though people are losing their lives and tragic things are happening, that's the only way it's going to show people the truth that we've been infiltrated and that this is an insurrection. And then I think the Insurrection Act that Trump signed is going to come to effect at some point.
Yeah, well, this is pretty crazy, and I almost wonder who convinced which one of these or who handled these people to actually think this was a good idea. Listen to this.
Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly. Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy. Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard and that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
the Army, or Navy,
the Air Force,
your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
the American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution, and who we are as Americans. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
Don't give up the ship. Let's talk about that real quick. This is this woman right here. I you know how you get a gut feeling about people?
Yep.
This woman did a rebuttal after Trump's. The first time I saw her, she did a rebuttal after Trump's State of the Union. and we learned a little more about her, how she's former CIA, and immediately my gut went to she's a plant. She's a plant. She's there for a reason, and this is part of it, I believe, because if you can read that U.S. code to the right on their video, that spells out exactly the crimes. I don't think this applies to just retired military. Maybe this is just the part that applies to Mark Kelly.
Yeah.
Who is, and this is another one. This is Mark Kelly. His wife was a representative from Arizona who was shot, probably from local politics or something like that. He took over her position, and he's former astronaut, I think, captain. He should know the crime he committed, but who put him up to it, or what would make him think that this was a good idea? Because he's retired, which means every military code still applies to him. They can recall him, and then they can court-martial him, and that's actually what Department of War head Pete Hegseth has referred to. I think an inspector general or something like that is to review if what he's committed, if what these people have done falls under these laws, they've committed treason.
I mean,
this is sedition.
To me, it's this video is just classic what the Democrat Party has been doing for a while now. Whatever they are guilty of doing, they're going to point the finger at this administration and say that that's what it's them. They're the ones doing it.
Yep.
So you want to talk about who's trying to take away our constitutional rights? Who wants to take away your right to bear arms? Who wants to take away freedom of speech from those of us, the majority, the normal people? God forbid we speak up and say we're not okay with calling a male a female or a female a male. I don't have to abide by that. Yep. They want to take away our rights, and now they're pointing their finger saying, oh, it's this administration. They're the ones taking away your rights. They're the ones that's breaking the Constitution.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. I think they should do it. I think if they broke a law, they should. You're a senator or a congressman, and you're telling people in the military, if you don't like what you're told to do, you don't have to do it. You are directly affecting military morale, chain of command, and you're affecting recruiting, which all of that falls under that military code, that U.S. code.
You always follow order.
Right, and I, they all said that Trump said he called for their execution. What Trump said was the laws they broke, these are the consequences up to,
right.
And
they always
execution. This is serious treason.
Yep.
So let's see.
Treason has always been punished.
Donald Trump called for my execution. Hey, folks, Donald Trump called for my execution. Now, I served 25 years in the United States Navy. I flew 39 combat missions. I flew into space 4 times. Never once did I expect that at some point the President of the United States was going to threaten me with being hanged because of something I said. Folks, we have a Constitution. We have First Amendment constitutional rights of free speech. I know a little bit about political violence. My wife, Gabby, was nearly assassinated. She was shot in the head because of political violence. She nearly died. These are the kind of threats that this president makes, not just to me, some of my colleagues as well. Just this week, he did this. Threatened our lives, said we should be hanged because of something we said. This is dangerous, and this kind of rhetoric, especially from a president of the United States, makes us all less safe. Folks, if you can, speak out about this. It's dangerous talk from a president who doesn't really seem to get it, doesn't understand his responsibilities under the Constitution.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
And I gotta say,
At one point,
this was a rather disturbing thing for him.
The Democrats accused Donald Trump of
Hey,
treason
folks,
and wanted him.
Donald Trump
hung.
called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure.
But this guy doesn't stop even after being threatened.
Jimmy Kimmel last night, yeah.
He should know. Here he's on Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, hang him.
Is it playing? I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No, nothing. I can't hear nothing.
Huh. Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Because the overall effect is that actually
Better now?
worried about this. I mean, it does.
I've been through a lot more challenging things than this, and I am what I'm worried about is the reaction and what this transmits to the military and the public, which is basically shut up and listen to that guy, and that's not the way our system works. We have loyalty. My oath and every oath every member of the military took is loyalty to the Constitution, not to a person. And he's trying to get some fear out there. And fear can be contagious. Mm-hmm. But what also can be contagious is courage and patriotism.
And treason.
And that's the reason why.
Mutiny.
Because the overall effect is that people are now a little more careful before they speak out. People are worried about speaking out. People don't want to say things that they need to be saying, and that's flat out un-American, isn't it?
It's how democracies die. It is right out of the playbook. The playbook of authoritarianism, that's what they do. They try to suppress speech. Every one of us has First Amendment speech rights, and I think the president is infringing on those, and he is sending a pretty strong message. You do not want to cross him, and your loyalty should be to him. It should not. It should always be to the Constitution.
Yeah, I think it is. I think he's correcting the ship.
Yeah. It's all lot.
This guy, it's a shame. This guy, he was a hero. I think. I don't know. He might have just been at the right place at the right time.
He's no hero. He's no hero.
For all I know, he could be a lizard.
Yeah, exactly. He kind of look like it. Does.
Anyways, yeah. What else do we got? Did we cover everything? The Seditious Six. So do you think they should face, if he was retired military, do you think he should face a court-martial?
I think there's something.
Do you think that crossed the line, Leo? As an elected official, do you think they should be talking to military personnel about disobeying orders?
Let him talk how he wants to talk. If that's how he wants to talk, then hey, that's his receipt. Just don't get upset whenever it backfires on you or whatever. Hey, this is what you said. This is what you went out publicly said. And whenever something hits the fan, don't go back and say, well, no. We're letting you, the people is letting you speak and say what you want to say.
Listen.
Okay. So whenever you're done or whenever it's done and people have stuff to say, don't.
Right.
Because you got to understand, we live in a world that everything is 3 seconds. If it's longer than that, I'm not paying attention to it. And that's how people are nowadays. So you got to be very careful what you say nowadays because we live in that world, in that 3-second world.
I'm all for freedom of speech.
Yeah.
But there's like Leo was saying, there's consequences for what you say.
Yeah,
so if you're saying something that could invoke havoc on the country in some way, you're responsible for doing that.
or impede in military operations.
Yeah, you got the right to say it, but we got the right to do something about it too.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
say what you want.
I say court-martial.
Yeah, I mean, there's consequences for what you said. There always has been and always should be. I still say this is the first time these last 12 years we're coming up on since Trump has been in politics. Have you ever heard people freely just talking about killing a guy, like a president of the United States? Like, you couldn't get away with that years ago.
No.
Like, if you said something like that, you would be under the microscope. Now it's normal. People are on social media saying that, if they want to put a bullet in his head, and that's all fine. Like, you do this in other countries.
Now they call the cops on you 6 times, 7 times in less than 1 month. And
yeah.
Nothing
Other
happened.
countries, you start talking about, the whoever's leading the country, the way that people talk about here, there's consequences for that, and they're supposed to be here too.
But yeah, as soon as they see this podcast, now I'm on their radar.
Oh, you are. You're definitely.
That makes sense.
The president is set to deliver a video message to the nation. This is 9:15, which is pretty good because we are running over, which I'm okay with that. But
You are, but I'm not.
Well,
John's falling asleep. Like Vince falling asleep.
You see, I got on the screen now. It's time to wrap it up, anyways. So be sure to check out our website, Indian River Connections, and IRC Media, everything we do there. He's got a sippy cup over there.
Yeah, my bad.
Check it out. This everything we do, everybody we work with here. That's not everybody we work with, but it's what we do. If you think you can help out and do some reporting, you want to get your feet wet on podcasting or broadcasting, make sure you hit us up, check us out. As you can see, we do some other podcasts. This is everybody like Joanne Binford's Binford Chronicles, the one you're watching right now, John's TGI Now podcast. The Board Report is our local show we do on Fridays at 7 p.m. Shattering Narrative, which is Sheila and CJ. They do their breaking interviews and stuff like that. And then, of course, we have River. What is it, Vince?
River Ranch Riders.
Which we got to figure out what's going on.
Mostly on YouTube, but I've been struggling to get anything onto Rumble. Nothing wants to post.
And John's Collective Dream. We want to do more. So I really, like everything happening this weekend. Yeah, I don't think we have you tapped into a page there. But with all the news, there's so much going on. Like, it's hard to cover it all. IRC Media will hopefully do that one day. So your help now, even if it's just a like and a follow, will help, down the road. So, and if you do want to donate or invest or advertise with us, make sure to hit John up. He'll sell you sand in Florida. Anyways, I don't know who all this shit is in here. Did I just cut it off? Yeah. IRC Media. John, you got anything you want to shout out before we go?
No, that's it. I just good Thanksgiving and enjoy your time off. Yeah. We'll be back at it on Friday.
Yeah, we'll be back on Friday on the Board Report. I believe we have Tess Toman from Turning Point. There's another group she's actually affiliated with. I don't know. I don't have her bio, but as long as everything goes through on the Board Report this week, so tune in for that. Leo, Vince, you got anything?
No,
just
happy
everybody have a nice happy Thanksgiving, and that's about it. Enjoy your family because tomorrow's not promised.
That's for sure. That's right. John, thanks for sitting in. A lot of news. Tragic week for our area, so I'm glad you were able to come on, and hopefully we can talk more about it. If not this week, next week. So we might simulcast the funeral for the deputy just to see the respect given. So, but anyways, see you guys later.
See you guys. We're out.
Podcast warriors ain't afraid to shout, make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truce to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day